New York City's plan to address homelessness is under question as the state's eviction moratorium is set to expire August 31st. Since May.
Hello, today I present to you an extremely attractive application for music lovers. It's completely free. You can listen to music online or download unlimited music to use whenever you don't have internet. The powerful search function helps you find anything you want. Trust me. It's hard not to find what you're looking for because the search function is really powerful. Application download link is attached in the description of the video. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. Thanks.
City crews have removed dozens of homeless encampments each day. Officials hope this will push people off the streets and into shelters. But as the New York Times reports, little is being done to ensure they make it into a safe and COVID-free environment. Andy Newman co-authored that piece and joins me now. He's a Metro reporter for the New York Times. Welcome, Andy. Thanks very much for being with us. So,
thanks for having me.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio and New York Governor Andrew Cuomo plan to address this housing crisis when the state's eviction moratorium expires at the end of the month?
So the eviction moratorium obviously is not going to affect the people who are already homeless, but for the tenants who are facing the possibility of eviction, there's a state emergency rental assistance program, but there have been tons of problems with it. It's got $3 billion in it, but so far no one has gotten a dime from it because there's so many bugs in the system. In the city, there are vouchers that will be able to kind of, I'm sorry, that's actually a state voucher program that will help give tenants emergency money through a different mechanism, but that has not yet been signed into law by the governor. So it's unclear what's really going to happen at the end of August when the New York State eviction moratorium expires.
Well, Andy, you reported that city cleanup crews previously tore down 1 to 2 homeless encampments per day. Now, oftentimes, dozens are being torn down each day. Why the sudden increase? And where do these people's possessions actually go when these encampments are cleared out?
So in New York, there has been this, the city has been going through and clearing out these encampments occasionally, and there's just been a lot of pressure on the mayor and on local officials because a lot of people are seeing a lot of homeless people on the streets. Mostly of Manhattan is where people seem to be expressing the most concern about it. And the city's response has been to just really accelerate these cleanups. And a cleanup simply means that a garbage truck and a couple of social workers and a couple of cops will come to your place, and if you're not there, they just take all your stuff and toss it in the truck, and it's gone. And it's a good way to, in the short run, get people and their clutter out of the way. But what the city is unable to do is offer people like permanent housing, which is what most homeless people really want if they're going to get off the street. New York City has a right to shelter, which means that anybody in New York City who is homeless and meets certain qualifications can get a bed in a homeless shelter. But what that means is a room in like a barracks style dormitory room. Sometimes there's 10 or 20 people, sometimes there's 30 or 40 people, all in one room. A lot of homeless people, as you can imagine, have substance abuse or mental illness problems. And many homeless people who are in the street because they've been in these shelters, and they say they can't live that way. There's no privacy. There's too many personal conflicts between people. So the city just doesn't have enough private rooms or apartments to give to people on the street. And so a lot of advocates for homeless people are saying that all the city is doing is basically chasing people from one spot to another, and solving some problem with appearances to make a certain block look okay if someone's been complaining about it, but they're not really solving the root of the problem, which is just a lack of affordable housing, or in the case of people with mental illness, a shortage of housing with social services supports that people really need if they're going to actually stay off the street.
So when asked about the tearing down of these encampments, a spokesman for Mayor de Blasio said, quote, "The end goal is always permanent housing." So you touched on it there, but I mean, how are city officials and some local programs working to try and ensure that people do end up in shelters?
So there is some amount of emergency housing or emergency permanent housing for homeless people, but it takes a long time. It's kind of a long bureaucracy to navigate in order to get one of those apartments. And so there's a trial program that's being tried in Times Square right now with another group of, it's actually done by a business improvement group. And rather than trashing people's possessions, they're going around and like giving people socks and water and snacks and t-shirts and trying to very, very kind of gently coax people into engaging with social services and possibly getting off the street. But that's like a long process. And in the way the city is doing it with these sweeps, a lot of social workers and advocates for the homeless say that it's just basically scaring people away from engaging with social services and is just perpetuating this cycle of staying on the street. There is another...
really...
I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was going to say there's a whole other thing going on in New York City right now, which is that at the start of lockdown, New York City took 8,000 people that were in these dormitory-style shelters and put them in individual hotel rooms so that they would not get sick. A couple months ago, when COVID went way down, the mayor said, okay, that was just a temporary COVID program. We really need these hotels back for tourists. We're going to put everybody back in these group shelters. And a lot of people were saying, don't do that. It's not really safe yet. But the city has begun doing it. They're about halfway through the process. And then during the last month and a half, the COVID rate has sextupled in New York City, and the Delta variant, as you know, is really contagious. And there are a lot of the concerns are growing that these group shelters are just going to be kind of super spreader places. And in fact, today we learned that yesterday there was a group shelter in Brooklyn, and 9 people were exposed to COVID, and there was like some emergency transportation and isolation quarantine measure taken. So there's a sense in New York that there's a little bit of a ticking time bomb with the city's plan to move people from the hotels back into these group shelters.
So, I mean, in light of all of that, you mentioned sort of this emergency move with this this outbreak that they had in one place. What is being done more broadly to try to protect those people who are experiencing homelessness in New York from this highly contagious Delta variant?
So one thing that New York is not allowed to do is to require homeless people to get vaccinated. There was like a lawsuit that underlies the right to shelter in New York City, and part of that just says that you can't force people to really follow any particular conditions except obey the curfews in the shelter. So the city cannot force homeless people to get vaccinated. There are about 40% of adults who are in the shelters who have been vaccinated through the city homeless services department. There's some other unknown number of people who've been vaccinated through other programs, but the city doesn't even actually know how many homeless people have not been vaccinated yet, and can't know for sure. And it is also not allowed to force them to get vaccinated. So what you have is a lot of people who are unvaccinated being relocated against their will, usually, because a lot of people like these hotels because it's much nicer to stay in a hotel room than in a dormitory. Mm-hmm. And people are being moved back to these shelters, and the city doesn't really know what degree of vaccination there is in these shelters, and things, bad things can happen.
Yeah, it's such a constellation of factors that you spell out here, but in your article as well, you look at the different challenges of trying to address this crisis and the different approaches and the results that don't always really seem to last very long, as you point out. These encampments continue to sort of pop up even after they're cleared out. Andy Newman for us. I know you'll continue to watch it. Andy, thank you very much.
Yes, I will. Thank you.